Next, we're going to make column H. Okay, we're going to widen column H so that its width is 16. So I'm going to click at column H. I'm going to click and drag. The next thing that we're going to do is to enter the row titles. So I'm going to go to cell A11, and in here I'm going to type revenue, hit enter. Now, in order to make the next entry be shifted a little bit to the right, I'm going to use the indentation at the top right here. Okay, the increase indent. Now I'm going to type cost of goods sold. Now if I try to type in the word cost the way it is right now, notice that the text lines up all the way to the left at the same distance as the one before. I'm going to hit the escape key. Instead, I'm going to say increase indent, and now I'm going to type cost, and notice that it gets shifted to the right. So cost of goods sold, enter. Now gross margin without the indentation. Now enter twice, once, twice. Now expenses, and then again indented. I'm going to put commission, then marketing, then research and development, then support, general, and administrative. Now to do that, I could do all of them together. I could indent all of them together. So I'm just going to type it the regular way. So I'm going to type in the entries, and then I'm going to go back and change the indentation. Select a group of cells and then indent to the right. So let me type it in right now. So now I have the entries in here. So now I'm going to select from bonus all the way to support, general, and administrative. And once I have it selected, I can go and click increase indent, and now they're all shifted a little bit to the right. Okay, now let me enter the next line in here, which is total expenses, and that's without the indentation. Okay, then hit enter twice, and then type operating income. And enter. The next thing that we're going to do is to select a range of cells and then copy that range of cells someplace else on the worksheet. So what I'm going to do right now is to select from bonus all the way to support, and now I'm going to give the order to copy this, and to do that I'm going to give the order to copy from here. Now notice that you could also do Control C. So I could do Control C on the keyboard, or since I'm already pointing here, I'm going to click copy. Now when you do that, you get these little marching ants around the text that has been selected to be copied. Okay, then you need to go to the place where you want this to be sent to. So I'm going to go Control Home to go to cell A1, and then I'm going to put this starting at cell A2. So I'm going to click at A2, and then I'm going to say paste. Now I could click right here for paste, or I could do Control V. I'm going to point and click, and now I have the same text that was here. It appears here. Now to get rid of this marching ants in here, I can hit the escape key. Okay, now I noticed a couple of things in here. One is for some reason total expenses and operating system shows indented. Now I'm going to select those two, and I'm going to say decrease indent. So now that's taken care of. And also at the beginning at cell A1, we need to write what if assumptions. So what, let me put an apostrophe here. Okay, so this is going to be the list of our assumptions in here, and this is the place where we're going to be writing the actual data. Okay, let me hit enter, and let me save my work. Okay, so Control S. Another way that you can use to copy the contents of a group of cells and place them someplace else would be to select the group of cells that you would like to move. So let's say I wanted to take this group of cells right here, and I would like to move this group of cells somewhere over here. Well, I'm sorry, not move, copy. Well, if I have the selection and I hold the control key down, and then I grab the edge of this and bring it over, wherever I drop it, that's where it will be copied to. Okay, let me undo this. Now, if I don't hold the control key, if I just point at the edge and I do this, that is the selection for moving. Okay, so this is moving, undo, and while holding the control key and doing this, that's the selection for copying. Okay, let me undo. The next thing that we're going to do is to insert a row in between rows that are already existing. So let's say I realize that I would like to have something appear in between commission and marketing. To do that, I'm going to click the row header, not the cell, but the row header, and that selects the whole row. Now if I then proceed and do a right click, one of the options that I get is insert, and now it inserted a row, okay, on top of the cell that I had selected, on top of the row that I had selected. So now I can then type in margin in here. I would also like to insert another row on top of support. So another way of doing it is that I go to the cell where I want the row to be inserted. I do a right click in here inside that cell, and I get the option that says insert, and then Excel will ask you, do you want to just shift the cells down, or do you want to insert an entire row? So I'm going to click entire row, and then OK. And now I'm going to type sales revenue for bonus, and then enter. The same way that we're able to insert rows, we can also insert columns. So if I needed to put a column, let's say I wanted to start with June right here. Well, if I do a right click in here and I go insert, now I just opened up an extra column before this one and everything got shifted. Let me undo what I just did.